The sun rises slowly over the Himalayan foothills. It paints the sky in shades of saffron and rose. Below, a deep valley is still draped in morning mist. The air is cool and carries the scent of pine and damp earth. Giant deodar trees stand like silent sentinels on the slopes, their branches heavy with dew. The only sounds are the distant call of a Himalayan monal and the gentle murmur of a river carving its path through ancient stones. This is a land of profound beauty and quiet power, a place where life moves to the rhythm of the seasons. Here, nature is not just a backdrop, it is an active participant in the lives of the people who call this valley home. In a small village clinging to the mountainside, the first signs of life appear. Smoke curls from the chimneys of stone and wood houses, mingling with the morning fog. A woman named Leela emerges from her home, her red shawl a vibrant splash of color against the muted greens and browns of the landscape. She moves with a grace born of a lifetime spent navigating these steep paths. Her breath forms a small cloud in the chilly air as she makes her way to the communal spring. The path is well worn, a testament to the countless generations of women who have walked it before her. Every stone and every turn is familiar, a map etched into her memory. The world around her is waking up. A troop of langur monkeys, their silver fur glinting in the first light, chatter from the high branches of a banyan tree. They watch Leela with curious, intelligent eyes. A pair of blue magpies flits across the path, their long tails trailing behind them like ribbons. The sound of their calls echoes through the quiet valley. Leela pauses for a moment, her gaze sweeping over the vast expanse before her. The snow-capped peaks in the distance seem to float above the clouds, remote and majestic. This is her world, a place of immense scale and intricate detail, where every creature has its place. She reaches the spring, a small pool of crystal-clear water that seeps from the heart of the mountain. The water is icy cold, a shock to the senses that sharpens the mind and awakens the body. Leela fills her brass pot, the sound of the water a gentle melody in the morning stillness. As she lifts the heavy vessel to her head, she straightens her back, her movements fluid and strong. This daily ritual is more than a chore. It is a communion with the source of life itself. It is a moment of quiet connection to the land that sustains her and her family, a rhythm that has remained unchanged for centuries. If you found this glimpse into the hidden rituals and stories of India's women inspiring, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore untold traditions and powerful voices from across the country. Your support helps us bring more stories like this to light. Further south, where the mountains give way to vast, fertile plains, another story unfolds. Here, the great Ganges River, the Ganga, flows majestically. Its waters are wide and slow, the color of milky tea. Along its banks, life is a vibrant, ever-shifting tapestry of sound and color. Women in brightly colored saris gather at the ghats, the stone steps leading down to the water. Their laughter and chatter fill the air, a lively counterpoint to the solemn ringing of temple bells. They have come to bathe, to wash their clothes, and to offer prayers to the river they consider a goddess, a mother. A young woman named Priya wades into the cool water, the hem of her sari billowing around her. The river's current is gentle here, but she feels its immense power, a steady pull towards the sea. She scoops water into her cupped hands and offers it to the rising sun, her lips moving in a silent prayer. This is a ritual she has performed every morning since she was a little girl, taught to her by her mother and grandmother. The river is a constant presence in her life, a source of comfort and spiritual sustenance. It is a place of purification where the burdens of the day can be washed away. A river dolphin, a rare and sacred creature, breaks the surface nearby. It lets out a soft sigh before disappearing back into the murky depths. Priya smiles. Seeing the dolphin is considered a blessing, a sign of the river goddess's favor. The banks are teeming with life. Egrets and herons stalk through the shallows, their long legs moving with deliberate grace. A kingfisher, a flash of iridescent blue, dives into the water, emerging with a small fish in its beak. Priya watches them all, feeling a sense of kinship with these fellow inhabitants of the river's domain. They are all daughters of the Ganga, sustained by her bounty. The sun climbs higher in the sky, its warmth spreading across the land. The women begin to leave the ghats, their morning rituals complete. They carry with them not just bundles of wet clothes, but a sense of renewal and peace. Priya lingers for a moment, her feet submerged in the water. She looks out at the vast expanse of the river, its surface shimmering like a path of gold. She feels a deep connection to this place, to the generations of women who have stood where she stands now. The river holds their stories, their hopes, and their prayers. It is a living, breathing entity, and she is a part of its eternal flow. In the heart of the Thar Desert, where the landscape is a sea of shifting sands, life is governed by a different set of rules. Here, water is more precious than gold, and survival depends on adhering to ancient customs. A woman named Mira walks across the dunes, her face veiled against the sun and the swirling sand. She is leading a camel, its back laden with clay pots. Her destination is a distant well, the only source of water for miles. The journey is long and arduous, a daily test of endurance. The sun beats down relentlessly, and the air shimmers with heat. Mira belongs to a community where traditions are held sacred. It is believed that for the well to not run dry, only women who are not in their monthly cycle can draw water from it. This taboo, rooted in ancient beliefs about purity, places a heavy burden on the women of the village. Today, Mira walks alone. The other women have stayed behind, their access to the life-giving water temporarily forbidden. The silence of the desert is absolute, broken only by the soft plod of the camel's feet and the whisper of the wind. Mira feels the weight of her responsibility, the thirst of her family resting on her shoulders. As she walks, she scans the horizon, her eyes narrowed against the glare. The desert is a place of stark beauty and hidden dangers. A desert fox, its sandy coat providing perfect camouflage, watches her from the shadow of a scrubby bush. A blackbuck, its elegant spiral horns silhouetted against the sky, leaps across the dunes in the distance. Mira knows these creatures. She understands their ways, their struggle for survival in this harsh environment. She feels a connection to them, a shared resilience in the face of adversity. The desert is a demanding teacher, and it has taught her to be observant, patient, and strong. Finally, she reaches the well. It is a simple hole in the ground, lined with stones. A single gnarled tree provides a patch of shade. As she begins the slow, laborious process of drawing water, a sense of suspense hangs in the air. The rope is old and the bucket is heavy. Every pull is a strain on her muscles. She prays that the well has not run dry, that her journey has not been in vain. When the bucket finally emerges, full of cool, clear water, a wave of relief washes over her. She has fulfilled her duty. She has brought life back to her village for one more day. High in the western Ghats, amidst lush rainforests and sprawling tea plantations, a different kind of ritual is observed. Anjali, a young woman from a tribal community, is in seclusion. According to the customs of her people, during her first menstruation, a girl must live alone in a small hut on the edge of the village for 7 days. This period of isolation is meant to mark her transition from childhood to womanhood. It is a time for introspection, a time to learn the ancient wisdom passed down through generations of women. The hut is small and simple, made of bamboo and thatch. The forest around her is alive with sound. The chirping of cicadas is a constant, pulsating rhythm. The calls of unseen birds echo through the dense canopy. At night, the darkness is absolute, broken only by the flickering light of her small oil lamp. The sounds of the forest become more pronounced, more mysterious. The rustle of leaves could be a gentle breeze, or it could be a leopard on the prowl. Anjali feels a prickle of fear, a sense of vulnerability. She is alone, separated from the safety and comfort of her family. This is her test, her solitary vigil. During the day, she is not allowed to speak to anyone. Her food is left for her at a distance, on a banana leaf. She spends her time observing the world around her. She watches a line of ants marching purposefully across the forest floor. She sees a hornbill, its massive beak of vibrant yellow, fly across a clearing. She learns to distinguish the different shades of green in the leaves, the different textures of the bark on the trees. The forest, which she has known all her life, reveals itself to her in a new way. She sees its intricate patterns, its delicate balance. On the fourth night, a storm rolls in. The wind howls through the trees, and rain lashes against the thin walls of her hut. Thunder shakes the ground, and lightning illuminates the forest in stark, fleeting flashes. Anjali huddles in the corner, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and awe. She feels the raw, untamed power of nature, and in that moment, she feels a connection to it. She is not just a passive observer, she is a part of this wild, beautiful world. When the storm finally passes, leaving a clean, rain-washed world in its wake, Anjali feels a sense of calm. She is no longer afraid. Back in the northern plains, where fields of mustard and wheat stretch to the horizon, a quiet act of defiance is taking place. In a village where it is considered improper for a young, unmarried woman to leave her home unescorted, Radha has found a way to carve out a small space of freedom for herself. Every evening, just as the sun begins to set, she slips out of her house and makes her way to the fields. She tells her family she is going to the temple, a plausible excuse that allows her to escape the confines of her home for a short while. The path she takes is a narrow track that winds through the golden fields. The air is filled with the sweet scent of mustard flowers and the earthy smell of the soil. As she walks, the setting sun casts a warm, golden light on everything. The sky is a canvas of orange, pink, and purple. Radha walks with a purpose, her steps quick and light. This is her time, her secret world. Here, she is not a daughter or a future wife. She is just herself, a young woman with dreams and aspirations that extend beyond the boundaries of her village. She has a destination, a large ancient banyan tree that stands alone in the middle of the fields. Its aerial roots hang down like the matted hair of a wise old sage. It is here that she meets her friends, other young women who have also found ways to escape the watchful eyes of their elders. They gather under the protective canopy of the tree, their hushed whispers and soft laughter hidden from the world. They share their secrets, their fears, and their dreams. They talk about books they have read in secret, about the world beyond the village that they have only glimpsed on a shared, hidden smartphone. This small act of rebellion, this daily pilgrimage to the banyan tree, is a lifeline for these young women. It is a space where they can be themselves, where they can support and empower each other. They know the risks. If they were to be discovered, the consequences would be severe. But the need for connection, for a space of their own, is stronger than their fear. As dusk settles over the fields and the first stars begin to appear, they make their way back to their homes, their hearts a little lighter, their spirits a little stronger. They carry the memory of their shared freedom with them, a secret flame that they nurture in the quiet corners of their lives. From the icy peaks of the Himalayas to the sun-baked plains and the lush coastal forests, the lives of these women are intricately woven into the fabric of the natural world. Their stories are as diverse as the landscapes they inhabit, yet they are connected by a common thread of resilience and adaptation. They navigate a complex world of tradition and taboo, of ancient beliefs and modern aspirations. Their lives are shaped by the rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the rising and setting of the sun, the ebb and flow of the tides. They are the keepers of ancient rituals, the guardians of cultural heritage. They are the women who draw water from the desert well, who offer prayers to the sacred river, who endure solitary vigils in the heart of the forest. These traditions, while sometimes restrictive, also provide a sense of identity, of belonging, of connection to something larger than themselves. They are a source of strength, a way of making sense of the world. The rituals connect them to their mothers and grandmothers, to the long line of women who have come before them. But these women are not just passive inheritors of tradition. They are also agents of change in their own quiet and often unseen ways. Like Priya, who finds a moment of personal peace in a communal ritual. Or Radha and her friends, who create a secret space of freedom and solidarity under the banyan tree. They are learning to navigate the narrow path between respect for the past and hope for the future. They are finding ways to adapt, to reinterpret, and sometimes to gently challenge the customs that limit them. Their stories are a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit. They are echoes in the wind, whispers in the rustling leaves, reflections in the flowing river. They are a reminder that even in the most remote and traditional corners of the world, life is not static. It is a constant process of negotiation, of adaptation, of change. And in the quiet, determined resilience of these women, we can see the seeds of a new future being sown, a future that honors the wisdom of the past while embracing the possibilities of tomorrow.